Okay, so we're continuing on with the series, part 284, C3M 1B7A 10B. Line 22, F1FA 19C3M 1B 7A 10B, magnetic plasma spirals space elevator formula UFO 5G WOW SETI. Here's our alien radio signal. And this is going to be keywords and formulas for the UFO spaceship and space elevator concepts to be filmed. Okay? So the keywords and formulas from the previous video are being continued. This is part 2 of the video titled Line 22 F1FA 19C3M 1B7A10A. Nanotubes RKKY Sublattice Magnetic Fusion 5G WOW SETI. So November 26, 2012 was when I was working on it, and today is December the 11th, 2012. My thoughts. Just so you know, it's the anniversary of when I started working on this project. Actually, December 11th was when I got the first mathematical equation given to me. So, happy anniversary, 1-year anniversary to all of you who have been watching the videos right from the start. Thank you. Okay, my thoughts. The keyword research continues, and the more I look at the meanings of the words, the more formulas come out that we can try. We keep switching from long-distance deep space telecommunications to a space elevator and UFO spaceship that can levitate itself with magnets, X-rays, mirrors, and now certain types of plasmas and particles. The idea is to use these things without needing fuel or wires. An anti-gravity plus antimatter formula has come up in previous lines of videos from line 17, it's supposed to be from 17 to 22. It may have come up even earlier. Once all the keywords have been researched, I'll go back and do a cross-reference to see what the big picture is trying to say. So the keywords from the previous video are hydroplasma, liquid argon gas, momentum, spiraling particles, magnetic electric fields, space elevator, UFO spaceship. With all these ideas, a formula will come out of the WOW alien radio signal data to make this work somehow. So the keywords are electrical conductivity of plasma, liquid argon gas, leptons, fermions, neutrinos, tetrites, mass, Higgs signal, bosons, magnetic pressure. Search WOW for keyword formula idea. So I'm going to see the neutrino event. The keyword to Google is particles spiraling along magnetic field lines. So this came up, charged plasma particle, guiding magnetic field line, charged plasma particle, there's a collision, magnetic field lines. Okay, so the charged particle in a magnetic field spiral around the guiding field line left, in the collision to the guiding field line is changed right. So that's from www.efda.org. My thoughts. Notice the spin is on an angle in these diagrams. I wonder if it can spin straight up, or does it have to be at this angle to work? I'm not sure. Further research will be required. Now this is showing plasma and helical magnetic field and gyrating plasma particle. Okay. In a torus, plasma particles spiral along closed field lines until they leave these through cross field transport. And again, it's from the same kind of website, www.efda.org. So November 26th, my thoughts. The torus seems to go straight up instead of at an angle. Okay. So this brings to mind the diagram of the post in the middle with the 3 spirals going around it. Sorry, I forget the proper word for it. The middle dotted line is the UFO spaceship. Okay, that's the UFO spaceship, the dotted line. And the UFO spaceship and the spirals is how the space elevator works. So it spins around and goes straight up that way. Okay. The magnetic plasma with mirrors and matter versus antimatter forces the UFO spaceship upwards using magnetic forces on both ends to fly away from Earth and get into outer space without burning any fuel or using any wire devices that were originally thought of in the 1960s design. What I'm referring to is in the 1960s they came up with, NASA was talking about, or somebody had drawn an idea of having a line straight up and a spaceship being taken up into outer space without fuel. Of course, they've never figured out the technology how to do it. Bring me into the picture, and I'm trying to, trying to figure out a way to do it for some reason, because it's in the WOW signal. That's all. That's all I can say. It's in the WOW signal, so yeah, sounds crazy, doesn't it? But I think it's going to work. There's a lot of interesting things here that we can work with. So, keyword from torus diagram. Google the cross-field transport. When I think of cross-field transport, I think of cutting across orbits in outer space to make travel times quicker. So there's a picture of it. So there's a shadow of a small strip mass. Hydrogen plasma is streaming from left to right. Okay. Quotes from the blog. Magnetically confined plasmas are highly anisotropic. The charged particles are tightened to magnetic field lines. Movement along the field lines is the same as in the case of unmagnetized plasma, while motion perpendicular to them is diffusive. When immersing a target into a plasma streaming along magnetic field lines, a distinct shadow region extending over large distances is observed by the naked eye downstream of the target. The understanding of these plasma shadows in a magnetically confined plasma and their influence on the whole plasma cross-section is important in the improvement of invasive plasma diagnostics and in optimizing limiters. To produce plasma shadows in the PSI-2, we use different masks were to compare the influence of the different transport mechanisms on the plasma shadows. To minimize the distortion by Langmuir probes, the dimensions of the mass were chosen to be large in comparison to the probe size. In contrast to expectations, there are only marginal changes in the profiles of temperature and density behind masks that cut away about 50% of the plasma cross-section. On the other hand, the mean density is drastically reduced by an order of magnitude. The local differences in plasma parameters, T, E, and E, between shadowed and non-shadowed regions of the plasma cross-section are rather small in contrast to the clearly visible shadows. An explanation for the visibility of the shadows is the pronounced nonlinear dependency of the emissivity on electron temperature. Experimental investigations in cross-field transport at PSI-2 are done by Ole Waldman. Back to the plasma generator basic plasma research page. Okay, so that's from plasma.physique.hu-berlin.de. Okay, that's the website. Keyword to Google is Langmuir probes and plasma shadows in the next video. Again, the keyword nonlinear comes up here. It has through several of the videos so far. I'll continue to research more keywords in the next video. Thank you for watching.